G'day and welcome to the episode. I'm Tim James, this is Island Life, and on this episode we're going to look at the Honda CRF-150L. Alrighty, let's kick this episode off. I've owned this bike for about 2 months now. It's been great, flawless, I love it. I've got about just coming up to 2,000 kilometers, so I figured it's a good time to take a look at it and look at the pros and cons, the good, the bad, what I like about it, and also the modifications I've done for the work that it has to do for us as our primary family vehicle here on Tablas Island. So let's kick this whole thing off with a little bit of a B-roll sequence of riding the Honda CRF-150L. Alrighty, so from that sequence you can see that the roads around here are not that good, and we really needed something that had the capability of the CRF. Now when we were choosing, I've got a cheat sheet, so if I keep looking down, there's a lot to get through here, so that's what I'm doing. This is as I mentioned earlier, this is our primary vehicle for the family, and we use it every day. And when the roads around here have been flooded with rain, it's really bad. So I'm very happy with the capability of the CRF. And I want to go through the pros and cons, the good and the bad, and then you'll get a better idea of what it's capable of. Okay, so what we needed was something that was going to be reliable, something that was capable, and something that could carry a good load, and obviously fit into our budget. We are on a restricted budget. We can't afford a car, so it had to be a motorbike. We did have the scooter for a year, but that was really not the right tool for the job. So upgrading to the CRF for us was a really good choice, especially around here with the lower speeds. Now if you're looking at buying a CRF for highway use, anything over 80 or 90 kilometers an hour, up around sort of the 50 mile an hour mark or more, that's not the right bike for the job. It will do 105, but it's not comfortable up there. It's really thrashy and buzzy at the top end. Excuse me. If you're looking at those kinds of speeds on a regular basis, then I'd look at going for something bigger like a 250. But for us around here, where the average speed is maybe 20 or 30 kilometers an hour, that's perfect. It gets up to speed, up to 60 kilometers an hour very quickly. After that, everything slows down. 70 to 80 kilometers an hour around here, up north where the roads are better, is about as fast as you'd really want to go. So for us, with that gearing, the stock standard gearing, it's a good choice. So let's look at the good side of things. The suspension on that is the same as its big brother, the 250, and so are the brakes. Both are superb, really, really good shocks, really, really good brakes, and the controls give you an interface with that vehicle that is as good as I've experienced in a dirt bike, and I've been riding dirt bikes my whole life. I grew up on a farm riding dirt bike. The controls are just superb. It's a really, really nice package. Those wizards at Honda have got that bike right, for sure. And that engine, it's a Honda engine. They've got a reputation as being one of the smoothest engines on the market across the board, and that's no exception. It's very smooth, the bottom end and mid-range. It gets a bit thrashy, as I said, up top end. I think it goes to about 8,000 RPM, so above about 4 or 5, maybe about halfway, it starts to buzz. But if you need the power, you rev it out, go to redline, and it's going to do the job for you. Unless you're two up, or unless you're going up a hill. So if you're two up trying to go up a hill, then you really notice that it's a 150. It is a good 150. I'd put it up against a 250 with a carburetor because it's fuel injected. So it's got good fuel consumption and it's got good bottom end. It's super smooth, but it is just a 150. And if you keep that in mind, it's also half the price of the 250. So for us, it's a compromise, and that was the bike that came up trumps for us in terms of the compromise. Now let's look at the bad stuff, or the not so good stuff, because I'm nitpicking here. These are tiny little grievances that are not a big deal. There's no gear selection indicator. You don't know whether you're in first, second, third, fourth, or fifth. Now other dirt bikes on the market do have that. That one doesn't. Not a big problem, but it's just something that I can't, after riding with a gear selector for years, or a few years anyway, I kind of miss it a little bit, but that's me just being lazy. There's a toolkit down in that side pod there. There's a toolkit that has a Phillips head screwdriver in it, but to get to it you need a Phillips head screwdriver. Now maybe they didn't have many options, but I would have thought there's a better way to do it to get to a toolkit than to need a tool to get into the toolkit. So that's the second little thing. And the third thing we've already talked about, it's a 150. It is not highly powered, but that gives you good fuel consumption. It's also air-cooled, not water-cooled like its big brother is. So that gives you more reliability. And for us, reliability around here, when there's really no one that can help us close by, that reliability is essential. So that's why we chose a new bike. It's why we chose the air-cooled 150. It's, for us, a great choice. Now, just want to quickly look at some mods that we did to it. Obviously, you can see the panniers on the side there. We've got the rack. I've taken the box off today, but the box and the panniers give us huge storage capacity, especially when you've got the backpack on as well. We just simply bought a rack and the pod, the box, and then the panniers. All were available online and cost around 4,000 to 5,000 pesos, $150 to make those upgrades. So very happy with that. I've upgraded the lights. We've got 3 high-powered LED lights now, so that makes night riding, which we do a bit around here, much safer, much easier. You can really see what's going on the ground right in front of the bike. I also added lever guards at the front there just to protect my hands from all the bush on the side of the roads and everything. That's been handy. And now there's one more thing that I want to go through. I bought a tyre compressor, so the tyre compressor that I bought almost deserves its own vlog. So I'm going to show you that, and then we'll wrap things up. Okay, so this little compressor is brilliant. It's a battery-powered tyre compressor for anything, even cars. They say it'll run for 30 minutes with the battery. I haven't even come close to testing that, but it's really simple. You just simply open that up and the whole thing will turn on. I don't know how well the camera will be picking this up, but you can set your tyre pressure to whatever you want, and then you just simply plug it in and you press the start button. It's great because it's also portable, so I can take it with me if I need to drop the tyre pressures down because I'm going through sand or something soft. I can then pump them back up when I get to the other side. So if you're looking for a portable tyre compressor, I'll put the details of this in the description below, and I highly recommend one of these. Okay, so that's my review of the Honda CRF-150L. Like I said, I'm very happy with it, no complaints at all. If you have enjoyed this video, please click on the like button, and hitting subscribe will help you find future videos that I post. It'll also help me out too. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye!